My set isn't the only thing that changed while we were away. On our last show before the break, the United States had just hit 4 million cases of coronavirus. And now, 2 weeks later, the U.S. has topped 5 million confirmed virus cases. That is not good. But we should have known these numbers were coming when the Trump administration official announced their new COVID strategy.
$1 million isn't cool. You know what's cool?
5 million cases.
Thank you, Surgeon General Timberlake. Now keep in mind, 5 million is the low estimate. Due to asymptomatic carriers and limited testing, health officials believe that the actual number could be 10 times higher. That's 50 million people. To put that in layman's terms, if you had 50 million people in the United States stand hand in hand in a straight line, they would get a lot more people sick. Don't hold hands. What's wrong with you? Metaphor? Whatever. Numbers bad. And the United States' failure to get the virus under control has been met with astonishment and alarm in Europe. Of course, they're European alarms, so they sound like doo, 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 doo. Threw a little Doppler in on that one. One Italian journalist summed up the European reaction to the United States COVID response saying, "We always saw America as a model, but with this virus, we've discovered a country that is very fragile, with bad infrastructure and a public health system that is non-existent." Okay, we don't have a public health system, but we do have systemic racism and truck nuts. Or as they're known on the continent, les testicles d'autobus. But, you okay over there? You all right? But with international attitudes toward America changing, we might have to update that classic song from West Side Story.
Case numbers rise in America. Trump tells them lies in America. Travels on rise to America.
Netflix and cry in America.
Broadway's closed. I'm all you got now. Now, demographic research has shown that a majority of my viewers are total badasses, which means that most of you, I'm sure, are watching my show from Sturgis, South Dakota right now at the annual Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Each year, hundreds of thousands of road rash enthusiasts flock to Sturgis for 10 days of hardcore hogging. Of course, given the ongoing pandemic, this year's rally is more of a sedate affair with a turnout of merely 250,000 people who completely ignored social distancing guidelines. Well, what do you expect? After all, the show isn't called Sons of Responsibility. These rowdy bikers knew exactly what they were in for. Some were seen wearing shirts that said, "Screw COVID, I went to Sturgis." Okay. A little cavalier, but still better than their original design. "Screw old people, I like my giant motor penis." I want that shirt. I want that shirt. That's what to imply that I've got a giant motor penis. Of course, bikers are used to living dangerously. We've all seen the classic movie, Wheezy Rider. It's not just outlaw bikers ignoring masks and social distancing. On Friday, Trump held a press conference at his golf club in Bedminster, New Jersey, that was witnessed by a crowd of members without masks or social distancing. You're the president of the United States. This is the worst example set by an executive branch member since the time Nancy Reagan gave the anti-drug speech. Tweaked. Yeah, and I said anti-drug. I said anti-drug. So what? She was tweaked. She was on old Dr. Ice's tooth loosener. Now, you might recall that right before I went on break, Congress couldn't agree on anything, specifically how much supplemental unemployment pay out-of-work Americans should get. Democrats want to keep the current amount, while Republicans propose reducing the $600 weekly supplement to $200. They're also proposing turning the food stamp program into actual stamps you lick for sustenance. Kids, who's hungry for more glue? Hoofy. After weeks of deadlocked negotiations, Donald Trump finally had to step in. You know what they say, if you want something done right, you should not have elected me president. On Saturday, In addition to other measures, President Trump signed an executive order providing $400 in supplemental unemployment. I can understand why he's in favor of providing that, because come January, everyone in his family might need it. Trump also signed other executive orders, including a payroll tax holiday, student loan relief, and an eviction moratorium. Of course he wants that. Come January, everyone in his family might need it.
A joke so nice we did it twice. Slam!
But I'll say this. Trump's facing re-election and finally gave voters something that's not a virus. One problem, it's against the law. Speaker Nancy Pelosi said this about Trump's executive orders.
My constitutional advisors tell me they're absurdly unconstitutional.
Wow. The last time the executive branch tried to do something absurdly unconstitutional was when John C. Calhoun used federal funding to open his theme restaurant, John C. Calhooters. People love John C. Calhoun jokes. That's the one thing I know the younglings love, jokes about a vice president from the 1840s. No, 1820s, right? 1820s. But on the bright side, Trump's orders aren't just unconstitutional, they also don't help. Take that alleged $400 a week he's offering. In order to get the money, Trump's requiring states to pick up the tab for 25% of it, and the states must first agree to enter into this financial agreement with the federal government. Hey, everybody, drinks are on me, as long as you pick up 25% of it first. Come on, you people are desperate. You'd hate you if you don't do the thing I just promised you would. And remember Trump's payroll tax holiday? Well, he promised to extend it under certain conditions.
If I'm victorious on November 3rd, I plan to forgive these taxes and make permanent cuts to the payroll tax.
Buddy, that's a pretty small carrot. Give me another 4 years of unbelievable corruption and unbridled destruction of all norms, and if you do, free refills on your soft drink of choice with purchase of $10 or more, but go easy on the ice there, big spender. Among the many problems with Trump's payroll tax holiday is that ending the tax could have catastrophic fiscal effects on programs, especially Social Security. But don't worry, old people. Something tells me you won't be needing that Social Security. Come to my rally. Leave the mask at home. Trump's so-called eviction moratorium, it's really more of a suggestatorium, because instead of banning the practice, he instructs key officials to consider whether there should be a ban on evictions. Consider? These people need to be rescued. It reminds me of the classic film, Considering Saving Private Ryan. Trump announced his executive order at his club in Bedminster, where he also addressed the coronavirus pandemic, or at least he tried to.
We have been working on so hard, namely the corona. You can call it so many different names.
Did he just forget the word virus? Sir, I'm just checking you're okay. Just to let us know, could you please say the word virus?
Person, woman, man, camera, TV.
He's fine. We've got a great show for you tonight. I'll be talking to Dr. John LePook. But when we come back, big news about the Democratic and Republican conventions. Yeah, they're still having those. Stick around.